This is my cardboard softbox. It's not pretty, but all materials used are extremely cheap or free, and it actually works really well. This video is about how I made it. I start by gathering all my materials, the first being a nice and strong cardboard box. This one is perfect, and then I also found the lid of a shoebox. It's what I'm going to use to attach the lights to. I don't know what to call these types of cords, but they're very cheap. They cost me the equivalent of 10 cents. I start by taking measurements of the shoebox lid and then use them as a way to start building a convex panel. I basically want the box to flare out. I cut corners and use the proportions of the box itself to base my angles on. I didn't want to just use a simple box shape because I want the light to be able to spread more. So I also score and bend the edge that will attach to the lid. After creating one panel, I use it as a template to make the next. I repeat the same process to make the other two panels. I use PVA to glue them to the side of the lid and clothespins to hold them in place. I realized too late that I forgot to cut holes for the bulb, so I do that before I get any further. There it is! I have my housing now. Going to tape up some light leaks, then spray the inside white, and then it's ready for lights. When the housing is dry, I grab my two fluorescent light bulbs and push them in. They fit perfectly. And for a diffuser, I'm using baking paper. I tape it to the sides and try to do that as neatly as I can. Now for a quick test. It works. The light is really nice and I'm actually impressed. Now that the housing and lights are done, it's time to make something for it to be attached to. I have a long piece of wood lying around, so I'm going to repurpose it and turn it into a stand. However, it needs something to stand in. So I drill and hammer a few long nails around the bottom of the wood and also a long nail at the top that I will hook my housing onto. If at any point I want to lower the light, I'll just hammer in another nail. I use an old perfume gift box as a mold and rub Vaseline all over the inside of it to act as a mold release. I'd like to make a cement base, but couldn't think of a way that I'll get the wood to stand up perfectly straight in it. I ended up getting creative in the middle of the night and clamped the wood in between some slats in a chair. I use a bubble to make sure it's straight and then mix up some cement along with quite a bit of PVA glue. I'm eyeballing everything and my ratios are just bad, but I think and hope that it'll be fine. I didn't think of how I would pour it into the mold though. I'm way off my game on this one, and it gets worse, you'll see. I managed to get it in though without a disastrous mess, and I leave it to cure for a day or two. After it dried, I was confronted with yet another dilemma. How do I get the stand out? I panicked for 2 minutes and then I decided to flip over the chair and managed to pull it out. I couldn't get the base out of the mold though, so I guess it'll just have to stay inside it. I bring the stand inside and attach the housing for a big moment of truth and big reveal. I tape the wires to the wood and plug it in, and it looks good. I'm actually super surprised. I really love it. Here's a few test shots where the before is using hard light without any diffusion, and the after is using the softbox. I would say a big success. It really improves the quality of the image, and although it's not pretty, it's functional. And I like functional. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.